Mario has done a lot of sports over the years. He's played basketball with LeBron James. He's played soccer with electric fences everywhere. He played golf with these random kids, and he's even played baseball on a few occasions. But one sport Mario has yet to get his gloves on is American football. Or football for short. Well, he did technically have that football skin in Odyssey, he's never really touched one. So we're gonna change that today by determining which Mario characters would actually be good at football. We're going to be judging them based on various criteria, such as agility, speed, size, and we're going to rank them all based on position. Once we do that, we're going to pick the strongest team possible. We have 24 lovely Mario characters, so let's get this show on the road. We're going to start with running backs. And starting with the bottom tier, we have all the babies, Dry Bones, and Koopa Troopa. They're small, yes, and that means they can be a little bit more agile, but if they get knocked over, they're done. They're not going to bounce back up. It's a quick hit, they're gone. And then you got to consider things like pass protection, which is a big part of the game. None of these characters are really going to block anything, especially Dry Bones. Something I did consider with Koopa Troopa was if he goes into his shell. However, there is a rule in the NFL about hiding the ball, so I don't really see that working out. And in D tier, we have Birdo and King Boo. Now, King Boo, I feel like, is kind of controversial already. He can go in and out of, like, invisibility, and he's pretty hard to tackle because he's a ghost, right? Maybe if you need, like, a QB sneak on the Wildcat, but outside of that, what are we doing with him? And Birdo, she doesn't fit the bill. This one's just not really her strong suit. In C tier, we have Toad, Peach, Rosalina, and Waluigi. Starting off with Waluigi, he is very tall and very lanky, which means he can avoid a lot of tackling. He would be good for little out routes, maybe get you a couple yards, but especially in Pass Pro, I feel like he's gonna struggle. Rosalina and Peach, I feel like, are two very different princesses here. Peach is more agile, she can get into open space, but she's prone to getting hit hard. She is lightweight. Rosalina, she's a little bit more floaty in a lot of the games she's in. You're trading size for speed here. They're both pretty decent, so for that reason, I put them both here. Toad, I think it's just he's ready to go. Hard hit, he can bounce right back up, especially because of the mushroom head thing. I just feel like he's kind of small. He could just get knocked over pretty easy, so kind of hard to validate that. And in B tier, we have Luigi, Bowser Jr., Yoshi, Daisy, Diddy Kong, and Toadette. I put Toadette a tier above Toad because I feel like Toadette has that dog in her. Just by looking at her, I could tell she's definitely going to take a hit, probably dish a hit or two. I see no reason why she can't be a tier higher. Diddy Kong, very fast, very nimble, very much able to get into that open space, but if you catch him, you catch him, basically. Daisy, kind of like the other princesses, a little bit more physical and aggressive, but still, she's gonna get stopped regardless. Where Peach and Rosalina would get you 3 or 4 yards, she'll probably get you 5 to 7. I put Yoshi here because he can be quick and nimble, and he has a good grip on the ball, but he's also prone to getting hit a lot. So Bowser Jr. I put down here only because he's small, he has the spiky back and everything, probably everything you want, but in those Pass Pro situations, you're gonna get demolished. And I put Luigi in B. He's got the size and similar build to Mario, just a little bit lankier. That usually comes to bite you, as you'll see in a little bit. And in A tier, we have Mario, Funky Kong, and Dry Bowser. Dry Bowser's here because it's Bowser, but he's a dry bone, so he's obviously got a little bit of a debuff. He can, you know, fumble himself too, and that's a big issue. I feel like Funky Kong just kind of embodies that superstar energy that running backs tend to have. As for Mario, can't really complain. Solid build, solid size, strength, agility, handling, can't go wrong. And for S tier for this category, we have Wario, Donkey Kong, and Bowser. Their size and speed just kind of makes them a threat anywhere. I feel like especially pass protection, which is a big part of it, it's just really easy to set them up and watch them get 8-9 yards. Next up, we have our wide receiver list. Usually when I think of a receiver, I think of somebody who can go up, get the ball, and turn down the field for an extra 10-20 yards, given the situation. At the bottom tier, I have Koopa Troopa and Dry Bones. Again, they're both very weak. I feel like they can catch a ball, but if they get hit during the catch, they're not going to bring it in as much. I feel like that's a huge factor. And in D tier, believe it or not, I actually have all the baby characters. It's a weird case for them. I feel like, especially when it comes to like agility and being able to get up there, they're not very good at that, yes, but I feel like if you had them on an out route, they can get lost in a crowd, especially like over the middle. If you have them pull a Tyler Lockett and just catch it and fall to the ground, you need a quick 3 yards on 4th down. I feel like they could do that for you. And in C tier, I have Dry Bowser, Bowser, King Boo, Birdo, and Toad. Starting with Toad, same thing as running back. I feel like he can definitely do it. He's a little bit on the slower side though. I'm pretty sure he could catch it and then fall back another couple yards. Probably go with the ball, which is fine. I feel like that's better than the babies because at least you're getting more yards after that. Birdo, I feel like is solid enough as a receiver, and I feel like the mouth, you can use that as a target. If you get a perfect shot on that mouth, it's just getting stuck in there. I feel like King Boo can get lost a lot on the field, especially when it comes to like route running. King Boo can do that. It's just kind of the aftermath, because once you catch that ball, you're basically stuck in invisible mode, right? They're gonna catch you so fast. Couple of niche situations, especially on like 4th down, you need a couple yards, yes, but outside of that, I don't think so. And Dry Bowser, I put in C tier only because I feel like that crumbling thing comes back to bite him so many times. And in B tier, we have Peach, Rosalina, Diddy Kong, Wario, Mario, and Toadette. I think Toadette, she can go out there and get you those 15-20 yards. I feel like she's got hands. She can go boom, boom, tuck it in, get absolutely hit sticked by anybody. You put Earl Thomas out there, Cam Chancellor, anybody, she's popping right back up like normal. Mario, like we said, all-around option. Only on B tier because he's a little bit shorter in stature, but he can definitely get up there too. Wario, definitely kind of like that physical, like he's gonna catch it and stiff arm you on the way to the end zone, kind of like DK Metcalf would. Diddy, very nimble, very much able to get up there. He's just kind of limited by his small frame. Rosalina, I felt like was a lot floatier, and I feel like she can go up and get those balls and bring them down safely. She's really nimble, not so much in the juking sense, but more in like the I know how to use my body and how to get away from people kind of deal. Same thing for Peach, very nimble, can get up there. Definitely kind of a reach, but I'm gonna stick with it. And then in A tier, we have Daisy, Luigi, Bowser Jr., and Bowser. Take everything I said about Wario and make him a little bit beefier. That's basically what you're getting with Bowser. Bowser Jr., I feel like this is a good role for him. He has hops. I feel like he can lose people. He's very tricky as a character, so very fast, agile, able to grab stuff and just go. Luigi, kind of like what I said about Mario, just taller and able to float in the air a little longer. I might even say S tier if it weren't for like the clumsiness of Luigi. I feel like that's holding him back from being like a true S tier. As for Daisy, a little bit more physical. She can take a hit and get back up, yes, but it's gonna weigh on her versus like Toadette, where she's just gonna like crush a can on her head and keep moving. Yoshi, Waluigi, Funky Kong, and Donkey Kong. Funky and Donkey Kong are very agile, just like Diddy, but they're physically stronger, meaning they're able to get up there, bring the ball down, no questions asked. Especially once you get them in space and separation, I feel like they're pretty hard to tackle. While Luigi, similar to Luigi, I feel like he's just a bigger build, so it's already harder to bring him down, and he gives me Megatron vibes. And Yoshi, do I need to say anything? He's got fluttering, he's got the tongue. I feel like he's a good all-around receiver, probably one of the best in the class if I'm being honest. We also have linemen. When I talk about linemen, I look for strength and size. We're going to be talking about both sides of the ball here, just to be a little bit more concise. F tier, as you could have guessed, is all the babies. They're babies. They're not going to be able to defend anything. And Dry Bones and Koopa Troopa. They could do something, but not enough to make them warranted. Next up in D tier, we have Birdo, King Boo, Rosalina, Peach, and Toad. If you want to get downfield, you're not going to want these guys on your line, especially a Ghost, especially a Toad that's going to get knocked over and bounced around. I just don't see any of these guys really doing that much here. This isn't their position. They're more technical. They're not as thick as some of our top people here. In C tier, we have Waluigi, Diddy Kong, Toadette, and Daisy. I feel like they're all physical or at least nimble enough to kind of give people trouble or get in the way long enough. I feel like Toadette would be a good center. Waluigi decent. I mean, Daisy kinda. Diddy Kong would be a good center, I feel like. You'd never have a bad snap with Diddy Kong. In B tier, we have Yoshi, Luigi, and Bowser Jr. Yoshi, pretty solid. I feel like he could do some damage on the O or D line, especially getting back there. He could definitely do some stuff with the ball. Definitely get a sack or two. Just very situational. I feel like Luigi is very strong, but he's too tall and it's trading for a little bit of size, so it kind of makes it harder to pick him. Bowser Jr., very nimble, very quick. I feel like if you can get him on his backside, you win, but getting him on his backside is going to be very hard. He's very technical, and that's something that matters, especially on both sides of the ball. In A tier, I have Funky Kong, Mario, and Dry Bowser. I feel like Dry Bowser is perfect. He's a really good menace on either side of the ball, but again, he's very fragile. I feel like he would fail under a double team on either side of the ball. Other than that, I feel like he's pretty good. Mario, same thing. I feel like especially on the defensive side of the ball, he can really turn the tide. Offensively, he's just gonna get you the 4 or 5 seconds you need, but that's how it is. And Funky Kong, I feel like would be one of the best edge rushers in the game. Wario would make a really good center. I don't even need to say anything else, he just would. Bowser, I feel like he would make a good right tackle, and I think Donkey Kong would make a good guard. And who are these linemen going to be guarding? Well, their quarterback, of course. Starting off in F tier, we actually have a couple of change-ups here. All of the babies are in F tier, and so is Dry Bones, which is to nobody's shock, as the quarterback position values a lot more things. Agility, size, arm strength, speed, accuracy, and intelligence. These are children, and a dead guy. As for D tier, we have Toad. I feel like Toad would do decently well, but he's too short to really see over the line. I know Drew Brees was able to do it, but that's not Drew Brees. C tier, we have Koopa Troopa, King Boo, and Diddy Kong. I feel like Diddy Kong and Koopa Troopa are very agile, and that kind of plays in their favor, but arm strength isn't really there for either of them. Accuracy is more so there for Diddy Kong, of course, which is really good, but he would be more of like a short dink and dunk kind of player. King Boo, I feel like, can evade the pressure and get through that, but I just feel like there's not much else for him there. And B tier, probably our biggest tier, Birdo, Waluigi, Wario, Donkey Kong, Luigi, Dry Bowser, and Toadette. I mean, she has a cannon for a mouth. That should tell you everything you need to know, but that's all she has. I feel like she's not going to run out into space, and I feel like she's going to try to sit in the pocket. As for Waluigi, I feel like he's nimble enough. He can see over everything, basically. I feel like he's strong enough, and he has enough finesse to get out of the pocket, get out of sacks, which is important. Accuracy might be an issue, though. As for Wario, kind of the opposite. He's more physical. Otherwise, I feel like he's just going to throw it pretty hard and hope for the best. That's why he's here. But damn, could he throw a football. Donkey Kong, kind of the same thing. He's obviously going to get you those quick yards. It's going to be hard to sack him. If you need him to roll out the pocket and get you 5 yards, he'll do 10 yards, man. Like, he's a dude. He's a dog. Luigi, I feel like he is very clumsy in the pocket, might be prone to fumbles, but he does kind of strike me as like a Kirk Cousins type. Not really any losing seasons, you know. And Dry Bowser, I feel like he's too big to be a great quarterback, but I feel like it's all there. Most of it anyway that wasn't burned off by the lava, so he'll get B tier. Just kind of lacks, I guess, the brains. He has the skull, but I don't know if the brain's in there, so he's in B tier. And in A tier, we have Peach, Bowser Jr., Funky Kong, Yoshi, and Bowser. Bowser, he's smart, he's capable, he knows what he's doing. I feel like he would be one of the best quarterbacks in the game, if not for his kind of slow speed. I feel like he's kind of stuck in the pocket. Yoshi, I feel like, would be a decent quarterback. He gives me Mike Vick vibes, kind of just being able to tuck it and run. He's known to throw eggs pretty accurately too, so I feel like he can get it downfield to you. He can run for a couple of yards, and it's going to be hard for him to fumble, so I feel like he's definitely a good pick. Funky Kong, I feel like he is a good pick. I just feel like he would get into a funk, especially like if he gets rattled a couple times, maybe the D-line gets to him. I think that's going to affect his gameplay a little bit. Bowser Jr., kind of the same thing. I feel like he's prone to emotions here. There's also things you got to consider. Like if he gets sacked too many times, he's going to get pissy. He can't really throw that far, to be honest, but we know he's accurate. We know he's good with the ball. It's just how far can he throw and how long can he stay mentally focused. And then Peach, I feel like would be a good commander here. Definitely smart, very much able to throw the ball downfield. I just think it would be a case of getting rattled, getting hit, getting hurt. That's going to weigh heavy on her as well. And then for the top 3 quarterback options, I actually have a few here. We got Daisy, Rosalina, and Mario. Why did I pick those 3? It's pretty simple. I feel like Mario is definitely very smart, is very capable. He sees it, he's locked in. You could put a full D line of like Wario, Bowser, Donkey Kong, Funky Kong on him on the 4, and he'll still get it out in time, get drilled, and get back up and be like, let's go, yahoo! Like, he'll be on it. Rosalina, I feel like, very floaty, very much able to be accurate and strong. I mean, she's throwing around these Lumas like it's nobody's business. She definitely has a lot of intelligence here. I feel like she would definitely be able to sling the rock downfield and make it look so easy. The only thing that's really lacking is speed, but when you're somebody like Matthew Stafford who doesn't really need to leave the pocket, you can do this. And finally, we have Daisy. It's pretty obvious. I mean, come on, it's fucking Daisy. What do you want me to say? Strong, very fast, very nimble, very able to get out of the pocket, very smart. I hate to say it, dude, but she's like a Patrick Mahomes type. Like, she looks a little Mahomey. And now we're on to linebackers. These guys are the heart and soul of a defense and can definitely shift the tide of the game. And again, F tier is comprised of dry bones and the babies. Not exactly who you want manning the heart of your defense when you need size, you need strength, you need guts. You need a lot, because this is not just tackling. Even if you don't tackle them, you're going to be hitting people, you're going to get hit, you're going to blitz. That's important, and they all lack that. D tier, I have Diddy Kong, King Boo, and Koopa Troopa. I feel like Koopa Troopa's very fast. I feel like, especially with the tackle or two, he can definitely be there. It's just hard to justify him for his size. King Boo, I feel like, can definitely do some lurking, get a couple of picks here and there. But on coverage, especially man coverage, he'll struggle. Everything else he's pretty good at, especially because of just invisibility. Diddy Kong, I feel like, would be good, especially just in like man coverage and just being a threat over the middle. Kind of hard to justify for the size. And in C tier, we have Toad, Bowser Jr., Dry Bowser, and Birdo. I feel like Birdo could get a couple of picks, especially if she's well-timed, kind of facing the ball. So Dry Bowser, yes, he's a threat over the middle. Very good on the blitz and stuff. It's just kind of hard to justify, especially because he's so big and he kind of lacks the proper intelligence a linebacker needs, but he's definitely intimidating and he's definitely a threat. As for Bowser Jr., I feel like he can definitely get you on some user picks here and there. It's just kind of hard to justify for the size. Toad, I feel like he could do a decent job kind of navigating, definitely more like a field general type, just not what we're looking for here. And in B tier, we have Bowser, Donkey Kong, Wario, Rosalina, Peach, and Yoshi. Yoshi, very nimble, very quick, able to snag balls for picks. Definitely more uses here, just not top of the line. I have Peach here as well. Definitely a threat, not really a blitzing threat, but definitely like a technical threat over the middle. Same thing with Rosalina. I feel like she's very floaty. I feel like she can make things happen. She kind of slows the game down to her tempo, especially when you're in her area. Wario, he's a little too short, but he's basically what you want in a linebacker. He was a little bit taller. That would be perfect. Kong, I feel like Donkey Kong's a big presence over the middle, just a little too big, and I feel like you could definitely fake him out with some good eye reads. Bowser, kind of the same thing. I feel like he's very intelligent, but he'll know where the ball's going, but he won't get there in time, but he will hit you afterwards, which is good. In A tier, we have Mario, Waluigi, and Funky Kong. Mario, once again, definitely an all-around guy. People rally around him, people like him. I feel like that's just an easy choice here. Waluigi, definitely a threat over the middle, and he's lanky enough to block passes and to just disrupt the offense in a lot of ways, and I feel like that's very important, especially for linebackers. Funky Kong, he's got sauce, he's got aura. It's just kind of hard to justify anything higher. It's a little bit more dirty and it's a little bit less funky. And finally, our top three: Luigi, Toadette, and Daisy. I feel like Luigi's the perfect mix. He's smart enough to know where the ball's going, a little bit smarter than Mario. Sure, he's clumsy, but he can get there and make some noise, and that's really what matters. And Daisy, I feel like this is pretty obvious. I feel like she'd be the perfect linebacker as well. There's like 2 or 3 positions where you're just like, damn, that would be perfect for Daisy. This is definitely one of them. I can see her playing this position pretty easily. And Toadette, don't tell me that her putting on some eye makeup and just going out there and being like, "Well, let's go!" Like, that wouldn't fucking hype you up, dude. Because that's hyping me up, and I'm sitting here in my chair, that squeaky ass chair. Cornerback and safety, this one's a little bit different. I'm looking for more talent, more lurking, more finesse here. I feel like finesse is something that really matters, especially here. And once again, an F, all the babies. I don't really need to explain why. And dry bone. D tier, you have Birdo, Toad, and Koopa Troopa. Birdo and Toad really can't keep up. Koopa Troopa can, but they're all too small or just not enough. That's why they're in D tier. In C tier, I have Bowser Jr., Wario, Dry Bowser, Donkey Kong, and Bowser. Except for Bowser Jr., they all have size, which is good, but that's also to your detriment. You're slower, you're a little bit less agile, you're not able to get to the ball in time. You will hit them, yes, but you're not going to be able to, get up there and swat the ball or do any of that. Bowser Jr., he's just too small, and I feel like, especially against beefier receivers, he's not going to be able to do much. B tier, we have Mario, Diddy, Toadette, Rosalina, and Peach. They're all pretty strong. I feel like you can't go wrong with any of these guys. They just don't really stack up to the rest of the competition here. I feel like they're all pretty solid though. In A tier, we have Luigi, Yoshi, Waluigi, Funky Kong, and King Boo. Being able to flutter with Luigi and Yoshi is really good, and I feel like Waluigi just being tall and being able to be there, be a presence. Same thing with Funky Kong. I feel like just being there, going toe to toe. He has that swag about him. I feel like he'd be a good fit. And King Boo just being able to be elusive, you know, getting faked out, especially because he's just hiding, you know, 10-15 yards on a go route, and then he pops out of nowhere and gets a pick. But above all, I think Daisy would make a really good cornerback slash safety. Not afraid of contact, not afraid to get in there, make some things happen. Very technical, very intelligent, very smart, very capable. So now let's make the best team. So you might expect a team like this, right? Where's the fun in that? I've decided to add a little bit of gambling to the mix. 2 clicker wheels here. We have one with all of the regular Mario characters, and then we have one with a bunch of the peons from things like Mario Slugger's Baseball. So the plan is simple. We are going to make a team of 22. In the NFL, you can only have 6 team captains, so we are only going to get 6 from the colorful wheel. And the rest of the cast, we have things like Goombas, Piantas, Koopa Troopas on this list, and so is Dry Bones because they're so bad. You name it, it's probably on this list. And these are the ones we're going to be drafting multiple of. Each round consists of 3 bad pulls and 1 really good pull. And we're going to make the best team possible. The rules are simple. Once I put a character down, I cannot move them. Meaning if I get Baby Daisy and I put her at quarterback, and then next time I get Mario, Mario cannot take his spot as quarterback. And with all that being said, we are going to start with our very first character. Let's see who we get from the good picker wheel. Hoping for a good one here. I don't know who I'm gonna get, but hopefully it's somebody good. Oh my. Wario on the first pick. I wasn't expecting Wario. Oof. First pick. Now, I could put him at the line, but I think I'm actually going to put him at linebacker. We mentioned that heart of the defense, and I think Wario can definitely be that guy. So we already got a solid defensive start, and now what we have to do is, by Wario, now we have to go to the other picker wheel and spin it 3 times. 3 times we're going to spin this wheel. So, like I said, Koopa Troopa and Dry Bones are on this list because they're bonuses in the other game. So we'll see what happens here. Monty Mole! Alright. I am going to put it the line. So already we got a good line. Not bad. Not bad at all. A good Monty Mole start here. Let's see what we get here. Hopefully something solid, I hope. I pray. A Pianta? Yeah. I think I'm gonna put Pianta on the line as well. So now we have 2. We have we have a Pianta and a Monty Mole on our offensive line. Already a solid start. Not bad. Not bad at all. A lot of heavy hitters though. Ooh, shit. Charge and Chuck. I actually don't know where to put Charge and Chuck. Give me Charge and Chuck at the D line. I think he can make some noise because it's either that or running back, and I don't want to put him at running back because who knows what you get on the good wheel. We're about to find out. Our second spin is none other than Birdo. Birdo. I didn't want Birdo. I feel like Birdo at quarterback would be okay. This is a good line. We would need good wide receivers, and I feel like there's so many more opportunities here. There's so many quarterbacks left on this board. I'm gonna hold out hope. I'm gonna put Birdo out at receiver. I feel like that mouth is a really good target, mind you. And things like flea flickers exist. So for that reason, I have to kill Birdo. Birdo, your name's gone, buddy. Alright, next up, our next 3 peons. Already solid, honestly. Not a bad list of peons. You know, not awful. Hammer Bro. Oh man, Hammer Bro. I feel like, God, I honestly, give me Hammer Bro at corner. I feel like Hammer Bro at cornerback is a pretty good take. Listen, Hammer Bro, really good at just playing zone. Really good at zone coverage. And they do good damage. I think they're not afraid to get in there. Okay, we have 2 more spins here. Hopefully we get something good again. Another Pianta? That's not a Pianta. That is not a Pianta. Running out of options here, guys. Honestly, give me Dry Bones at linebacker. I think that's all we're gonna get out of Dry Bones. Probably their best position by far, linebacker. Next one. Hopefully not another Dry Bones or something. Okay, it's not gonna be a Dry Bones. It's going to be a Paragoomba. Oh, God. Paragoomba, we're gonna put it at the other corner. I feel like Paragoomba's sneaky athletic. That's insane copium, by the way. One more. So this spin basically took our backfield out here. Oh no. Go a little bit. Okay, that's good. I like that. Give me Boo as a linebacker. I think Boo can be a sneaky linebacker here. Definitely good enough, I feel like, and can play back in coverage. I feel like just being able to lurk is good. So we're gonna give that to Boo. Which means we get to spin the awesome wheel of epicness. Wario's name isn't on this, right? Okay, good. Come on, give us our quarterback. Give us somebody, anybody. No, no, no. Oh my God, we got through the baby gauntlet. We got Dry Bowser. Dry Bowser. Our defense is stacked right now, but our offense is gonna start struggling soon. I think we're actually gonna put him at linebacker. Like I said, I mean, Dry Bowser's okay, but it's good enough, I feel like, because if he's gonna go down, you're probably gonna go down with him. So that's workable. That's work. You can work with that. Let's see what we can work with here, though. We have a couple more obscure picks, I guess. Oh God, we got both of them. God damn it. Okay. Honestly, give me Koopa Troopa at the wide receiver position. I feel like Koopa Troopa has that sneaky athleticism we mentioned. We could definitely make that work. Okay, who's next? Who is next? Shy Guy? Another Boo? Oh, Lord. Okay, we're running out of spots here. We have Hammer Bro, Paragoomba, and I think I'm gonna put the other Boo back there. Interesting, though. I think that would work. Alright. Hopefully we get another, like, Pianta or Monty Mole. Someone to throw on this line just to get through the... Dude, right in the middle of both of them. Hammer Bro. So our defensive line now is just Charge and Chuck and Hammer Bro, which means we get another one of these spins. I haven't kept track of the rounds, but we're doing so good. We're doing okay. Oh God. Oh, please. Yes! 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 Give me Funky Kong at wide receiver. I think receiver is just the perfect spot for him. Now we gotta spin this wheel 3 times. Okay, Shy Guy. We're gonna put Shy Guy on the O-line here at tackle. I feel like Shy Guy can do enough damage at tackle, just enough to get in the way, and we're running out of spots, so... You need to have at least one lineman that sucks on your team anyways, you know? It builds morale. Does build morale. Another Hammer Bro. Oh my God. Okay, give me another Hammer Bro at interior line, actually. On D, we have 2 Hammer Bros on the line. The synergy is crazy. One more. Hopefully we get somebody for the O-line. We'll see right now. Oh God, not a Boo. Shy Guy's fine. Shy Guy's fine. Oh, thank God you did not know how close that was. That was way too close. Give me Shy Guy on the other side of that line. This next spin will probably determine how we do. This spin right here is going to determine basically who our quarterback is. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Toadette quarterback. Oh, I think Toadette takes our team all the way. I think Toadette at QB just gotta. Basically, this is it right here. This basically, that Toadette spin, like, determined our team. I mean, Daisy would have been great too. Can't complain. Okay, Koopa Troopa or Paratroopa? Koopa. Okay, Koopa Troopa. Honestly, give me the other Koopa Troopa at wide receiver here. Now we can focus on our line. Hopefully we get some hitters. And we get Hammer Bro. Okay. We're gonna put Hammer Bro at our at the other line spot, D line. So we have a defensive line of 3 Hammer Bro. We rolled Hammer Bro 3 times. All that's left is line and running back. So this is gonna be close. And O line, by the way, it's O line. This is close. Oh no. Oh no. Paratrooper. Our line is cooked. I actually think our line might be cooked here. I genuinely think our line might be cooked. You guys are gonna hate me. You guys are gonna hate me for this. I feel like Paratroopa at running back just doesn't sound right. I feel like line is better. So we're going to put Paratroopa at the O-line. This O-line, kind of bad. Okay. 2 Shy Guys, a Paratroopa, Monty Mole, and a Pianta. So you got decent, you know, guards, right? I mean, that's probably the best help you're going to get. That interior is going to be cooked. This is it right here. This is for all the marbles. Out of this list, I would love to see... Oh, man, all these characters are kind of good here. I mean, Bowser would be nice. Just a heavy hitter. Mario would be nice, too, to get him out in the flat. That'd be lit. Let's see what we get, guys. Last spin magic. I love to gamble. Bowser? That's why we gamble! That's why we gamble! Boom! That is such a good team. Oh my gosh. What a blessing. I don't even care. I think Bowser would have been fine at the line, but this is way better. If you have Toadette drop back, you're gonna need that extra coverage, and Bowser can take 2 guys at once. Pause. You got Toadette at the quarterback, you got Bowser out at running back, you got Birdo, Funky Kong, and 2 Koopa Troopas at receiver. That's a solid build. Our line's kind of shoddy. Our line is kind of shoddy, because you got 2 Shy Guys, a Paratroopa, a Monty Mole, and a Pianta. Kind of a mixed bag when it comes to the line. The line's probably getting demolished. But hey, that doesn't matter. When your defense has 3 Hammer Bros, a Charge and Chuck at that D-line, and you got a devious linebacking core. You got Wario, Dry Bowser, Boo, and Dry Bones. Nothing's getting past that. And then that corner position, you got Hammer Bro back there, you got a Boo back there, you got a Paragoomba back there. We're probably not beating the best team. No, we're not. But dude, this is a solid build. This is a solid team. Genuinely, this is a solid team. I feel like this team would go 10-7. I feel like that's not crazy to say. Let me know how many games you think they would win out of 17, if they would make the playoffs, and who they are most like. The first time I made a team, actually, since you're here, the first time I made a team, it actually corrupted the video. It was actually on par with this one. I think this one's a little better, but it was fun either way. We got Peach on the first roll, which was hilarious. But yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you very soon, because I'm coming to your house.